Hey there, welcome back to Wounds and Wisdom, a secret space for truth, tenderness, self-growth, and remembering who you truly are. Today, we continue with Season 3, The Becoming. This episode is for the moment after the storm, for the breath you take when the intensity settles, for the version of you learning how to breathe in a world that no longer feels like a threat, for the part of you that looks around and realizes, I do not react the way I used to. Something in me has changed. This is the episode about what happens after the break, after the deep work, after the excavation, after the patterns begin to soften, after survival stop being your default setting. This is the moment your nervous system starts living in a new rhythm, a quiet one, a kinder one, a steadier one. Because when the body finally believes it is safe, the world looks different, and so do you. There is a strange and sacred moment in healing when the danger your body once lived in begins to dissolve. The alarms that used to fire instantly start taking longer to go off. The tension in your shoulders lightens without permission. The panic that once lived at the back of your throat has less to hold on to. You are not longer living from the emergency inside of you. But here is the truth. Most people never talk about. Calm can feel unfamiliar. Stability can feel suspicious. Quiet can feel like something is missing. Because when you have lived in a survival state for years, the absence of chaos feels like loss. And it's not because you want pain, but because your body doesn't yet know how to live without preparing for it. So you might feel moments of confusion, moments where you wait for something to go wrong, moments where peace feels like a trick, moments where a calm relationship feels boring. And all this happens because your nervous system once confused intensity with connection. So identity begins to shift here. Behavior begins to shift here. your relationship with your inner world begins to shift here. And this is not regression. This is recalibration. Your body is learning a new way to exist. And that learning takes time. So you are not malfunctioning. You are relearning what it means to live inside a nervous system that finally trusts you. Polyvagal integration, neuroplasticity, real language. Your nervous system does not change all at once. It rewires slowly through experience and repetition. This is neuroplasticity. Your brain forming new pathways where the present becomes safer than your memories. Polyvagal theory explains it like this. When you live in survival, your body stays in high alert. Fight, fly, freeze, fawn. These 4 states become automatic. But as you heal, as you regulate, as you create new moments of safety, your vagus nerve begins building a bridge to something called ventral regulation. Ventral regulation is the state where your body enters when it feels connected, grounded, open, and steady. This is the part of the nervous system that says, I am safe enough to breathe. I am safe enough to feel. I am safe enough to be. And listen, when your body learns this new state, your reactions begin to rewrite themselves. You pause before you respond. You no longer chase closure that harms you. You don't panic when someone stays quiet. You stop fawning to keep peace you no longer want. You feel choices instead of impulses. You no longer assume the worst. Discomfort is no longer equals danger. So your body is not betraying your old self. It is protecting your new one. This is what it means to live with a rewritten nervous system. Your inner world becomes a place you return to instead of running from. There comes a moment when you realize you are responding from a different place. You are no longer bracing for impact in every relationship. You're no longer shrinking at the first sign of tension. You stop trying to control every outcome. Your breath deepens more often. Your shoulders feel less responsive for holding the sky. This is the shift into becoming. Because a calmer nervous system changed everything. It changed the way you love, the way you set boundaries, the way you speak up, the way you choose connections, the way you walk into a room, the way you carry your past, the way that you imagine your future. A regulated body allows you to finally inhabit yourself. It lets you move from reacting to living. This is the moment you say softly, with no performance, I am allowed to live without bracing. I am allowed to trust my own steadiness. And healing is not about never being triggered again, but it's about this truth. You will recover faster. You will return to yourself sooner. You don't abandon your truth so quickly. Your inner world becomes a home instead of a battlefield. This practice is simple, but it speaks directly to the vagus nerve and invites your system into a grounded presence. You can sit or stand. Just make sure that both of your feet are touching the ground. Place one hand on your chest, one hand on your lower belly. And this is how we're gonna breathe. You're gonna inhale for 4, hold it for 2, exhale for 6. As you breathe, say inwardly, I am safe in this moment. I am allowed to soften. My body knows how to return to calm. I do not have to prepare for danger that is not here. Notice any small shift in your body, even if it is subtle. Feel the ground holding you. Feel your breath widen your ribs. Feel the steadiness arriving. This is how you teach your nervous system to trust the person you are becoming. If you have the time this week, let yourself reflect and your pen write without filters. Where do I still brace for impact even when nothing is wrong? What does my body do when it feels safe? How have my reactions changed this past year? What relationships feel different now that I am not in survival? What choice would I make if I trusted the steadiness inside of me? Let the answers come slowly. Let them be real. Let them be enough. You can repeat this with me or let this settle into your soul. I am learning to live in calm. I do not need chaos to feel alive. I respond from who I am becoming, not who I was. My body can trust the present. I am not defined by my old reactions. I move through life with a steadier breath. I am safe to grow into a regulated version of myself. Breathe them in. Let them settle. Thank you for being here with me today. This is Wounds and Wisdom, where your pain isn't shameful, it's sacred. And when your healing isn't linear, it's luminous. If this episode helped you notice your own becoming, share it with someone who might need this reminder. And if you feel called, please subscribe to keep growing with us. And remember, you are not healing or becoming alone. We are doing this together. Until next time, be gentle with your soul.